number 10, the 10th best quarterback in the National Football League. Folks may think I'm having him low, but it's Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert, the 10th best quarterback in the National Football League, and here's why. So listen, I hear the talent. He's one of the most gifted quarterbacks that's come in the league over the last decade plus. You look at last year, 23 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions. We know Jim Harbaugh likes to play a style of football, run first, play action, but to have a guy like Justin Herbert as talented as he is, by the way, now the Chargers have just added Keenan Allen to go with Ladd McConkey. They've already got an excellent offensive line. Like, the pieces are there for Herbert to have another big year. He's got obviously an excellent running back now behind him in Amari Hampton, who I loved at North Carolina. I actually liked him almost as much as Ashton Genty in the draft. Point is, the talent is there, but we're 5 years in. We need to have some sort of accomplishment. Like, what's the big Justin Herbert moment? His 2 playoff games. He was the quarterback that blew a 27-0 lead to a QB people don't even think is good, Trevor Lawrence. And in his most recent playoff game against the Houston Texans, I don't know, he matched and exceeded his season total for interceptions in one game against Houston, and the Chargers got blown out by a Texans team that was limping across the finish line at the end of the regular season. So this is the year, like a playoff win, like something, like an offensive player of the year, could you be in the MVP discussion? We've got to see something of substance to something tangible other than he's really talented. With Justin Herbert, he's capable of that, but he's lower on my list than most just for that reason. At number 9, how about this guy's comeback in the last few years? It is Baker, touchdown maker, Mayfield. Baker, 9th best quarterback in the National Football League, and here's why. Do people realize he threw 41 touchdowns last year? That's despite, by the way, Chris Godwin being out for the entire second half of the season. Listen, I'll tell you this about Tampa's offense. Baker's going to put up numbers. Mike Evans is getting up there in age, but he's going after Jerry Rice's record for the most 1,000-yard seasons to start a career. You got Mike Evans. You got Chris Godwin. Emeka Egbuka from Ohio State. That kid's talented. Bucky Irving in the backfield. Tampa finally has a running game. The offensive line reports out of training camp says Tampa's O-line looks really, really good. Baker's going to put up numbers again this season. Again, knock on wood if he stays healthy. But he's shown more arm talent than I remember him having at Oklahoma. We know he's deadly accurate. Moves better than people give him credit for. He had a great play against the 49ers last year where Nick Bosa, one of the premier pass rushers of the game, has got his arm and Baker completes a 4th down pass. Cade Otton, by the way, is a good tight end as well. Like, he's got the weapons. He's got the accuracy. He's in a system that works for him now. Only concern is he's going to have his 3rd different offensive coordinator in Tampa after, Liam Cohen got the job. And I'm forgetting the OC's name that went to Carolina. It's not ringing a bell, right? Dave Canales. So new offensive coordinator in Tampa. But again, Baker's used to different systems. That's been the story of his NFL career. He's made an incredible comeback in the league. Baker is the 9th best quarterback in the National Football League. At number 8 is my guy. Still believe in him wholeheartedly. It is my man, Dakota Prescott. I haven't said that in a while. It was nice to say it. Dak Prescott, the 8th best quarterback in the National Football League, and here's why. Listen, not a good season last year before he got hurt. I believe it was like 13 touchdowns, 8 picks. Go off his last healthy season in Dallas. 36 touchdowns, 9 picks, best touchdown interception ratio in the league, was top 2 in virtually every statistical category. Completion percentage, pass rating, QBR, all of it. And again, the playoff loss against Green Bay was ugly. I think even if Dak had played well, they would have gotten blown out because of the game Jordan Love was having. But whatever the case may be, Dak was not good in that game. Listen, I'm not a believer in the Cowboys this year. The Micah Parsons news just gets worse and worse. The O-line has some injury struggles, and they lost Zach Martin. But CeeDee Lamb's one of the top receivers in the game. They do have George Pickens, who is emotionally erratic, to say the very least. I know that as a Steelers fan, but it's finally a legit number 2 weapon for Dak. And the last time he had a legit number 2 weapon in Amari Cooper, he had another great year in 2021. So Dak's deadly accurate. Dak moves well. Dak is one of the most efficient deep ball throwers in the NFL. Pro Football Focus details that each and every season. Dak is the 8th best quarterback in the National Football League. I'll be honest, reputation goes a little bit into who's going at number 7. 7th best quarterback in the NFL, and I still believe in him. Oh, I have some questions about his health, I'll be honest. It is Matthew Stafford. Matt Stafford, 7th best quarterback in the National Football League, and here's why. So you look at his numbers last year, 20 touchdowns, 8 picks. Like, doesn't jump off the chart. Like, the Brock Purdy stands out there like, Purdy had a way better year than the Matthew Stafford. Again, going back to the Aaron Rodgers segment, you cannot judge a quarterback's year just based off the numbers. It goes deeper than that. And it does to a degree for Matthew Stafford. The Rams O-line dealt with a ton of injuries last year. Puka was out. Cooper Kupp, who's obviously in Seattle now, was out. Now he has Devontae Adams. Listen, the Rams are a Super Bowl or bust team. Elite coach, elite weapons, run game. They locked up Kyron Williams long term. The defense has an unreal pass rush, talent in Jared Verse. It's all about Matt Stafford staying healthy. We know about the no-look passes. We know about the deep balls, but he's got a disc issue in his back. He's having to use, epidural. Like, he's not fully healthy right now. If this guy is fully healthy, he is one of the scariest playoff quarterbacks. We've seen that in the deep run to the Super Bowl in 2021 to win the Super Bowl. And then last year, who gave the Philadelphia Eagles the biggest issue? Wasn't Jordan Love, wasn't Jane Daniels, wasn't Patrick Mahomes. It was Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams. So some of this is reputation, a lot of this is playoff performance, and some of it's natural talent. If he's healthy, Matt Stafford is the 7th best quarterback in the National Football League. At number 6, we're staying in the NFC. To the Washington Commanders, it is Jaden Daniels. 6th best quarterback in the National Football League, and here is why. 31 touchdowns in total for Mr. Daniels last season. Led Washington from a 3-win team to a 12-win team. Now, that's not all him, obviously. They the new coaching staff with Dan Quinn, Cliff Kingsbury, new ownership group, all of it. But this kid is unbelievable. We know how he moves in the pocket. We know the deep ball accuracy is there. We knew that going back to his days at LSU. But just as calm and poised as any rookie that I've seen at that position in some time, you can make a very strong case. He had the best rookie season in NFL history at the quarterback position, led Washington to a shocking run to the NFC Championship game, and Washington just got better this offseason. They need to lock up Terry McLaurin long term. That's huge, but this kid has all the tools to be successful. Again, is it a little premature to put him at 6? Despite the fact he's only played 1 year, maybe he has a sophomore slump. I don't anticipate it. I love what the kid's made of. Jaden Daniels is the 6th best quarterback in the National Football League. This may be controversial, but I'm going to back it up. At number 5, 5th best quarterback in football is the defending Super Bowl MVP, Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is the 5th best quarterback in the National Football League, and here's why. So, folks may not know, he accounted for 32 touchdowns last year. I get a lot of that's tush-push, and I know like that. I hate the play too. I do. But still counts. He got in the end zone. He led multiple scoring drives, obviously, capped off by tush pushes in Philadelphia. But the biggest knock, so to speak, on Jalen Hurts is loaded roster around him. Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. He's got Dallas Goedert, best O-line in the league, and he's got the deep, all of it. Fair. Cam Newton made that point, talked about it on Monday. I would have agreed with that take as recently as 7 months ago. But that Super Bowl, the second Super Bowl Jalen has played in, against the Kansas City Chiefs, by the way, he was awesome. Kansas City took away Saquon Barkley. Kansas City took away the MVP, so to speak, of the Philadelphia Eagles. Held him to 2 yards a carry. And Jalen torched him. We still have that graphic, by the way, from Monday's show. You see his numbers right there. 77% of his passes completed. He accounted for nearly 300 yards of offense, 3 touchdowns, pass rating of 119. Like, Jalen was awesome in that game. He was awesome in the first Super Bowl against Kansas City. Gave the Eagles a chance to win, like in the biggest moments. If the defense doesn't have it, if the running game isn't there, he steps up. He's got it in him. But if those facets of the team are working, okay, all good. I'll play my role, do what I got to do. But you can count on me to step up when the time calls for it. Jalen proved that to me last year. He showed it in the Super Bowl 2 years before that. Again, I think that game against the Chiefs, a great defense that took away Saquon. That said a lot to me about his ability to throw down the field, to play under less than ideal circumstances. Yes, Jalen Hurts is the 5th best quarterback in the National Football League. Now we go into the Big Four. We all know who the names are. What's the order? At number 4, it is Mr. Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is the 4th best quarterback in the National Football League, and here's why. I'll be honest. Again, these 4 names, it was close. But last year, Joe had the best season of his career. He led the NFL in passing yards, led the NFL in passing touchdowns. The only thing that keeps him below guys like Lamar, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, guys like that is, again, like there does, even if it's not his fault, like there does have to be some winning, in addition to the numbers. Again, a lot of that is the Cincinnati Bengals defense's fault. But again, he does have Jamar Chase. He does have T. Higgins. He's the most accurate quarterback in the National Football League without question. I think Cincinnati's offense is going to have another big season. I think he's going to be in the MVP discussion. The fact that he was, despite the fact the Bengals won 9 games and missed the playoffs, tells you what the kind of season this guy had. His biggest issue has been health. Knock on wood, long as this guy stays healthy, he's one of the premier quarterbacks in the NFL every single Sunday of the year. Joe Burrow is the 4th best quarterback in the National Football League. His division rival is at number 3. It is Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, Action Jackson, is the 3rd best quarterback in the National Football League, and here's why. He's a 2-time league MVP. We know this. Could have easily won last year. I mean, the man had 41 pass touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and when you go back and look at those picks, not sure any of them were his fault. Now, again, those even out because there's passes I'm sure he threw last year that could have been picks. But either way, A 10-to-1 touchdown interception ratio. Pretty good. Okay, again, could have easily won the league MVP, had the best QBR in the NFL last season, and to his credit, again, the biggest knock on Lamar Jackson has been the playoffs. He balled out against Pittsburgh. Again, the Steelers are a playoff disappointment year in and year out, but he balled out against Pittsburgh, a defense that knows him well. Second round, had a brutal first half against Buffalo and played quite well. The Mark Andrews drops, the fumbles, that kind of did Baltimore in, but he kind of took a step in the right direction. I think the Ravens may have the best roster in football along with Philadelphia. If he takes another step in his playoff progression, you could very well see the Baltimore Ravens in San Francisco for Super Bowl 60. He is a special player. I think all the notions about, oh, he can't throw as well as, those have mostly been silenced. He's an outstanding thrower, and we know what the kid does with his legs. Lamar Jackson is the third best quarterback in the National Football League. At number 2 is the reigning league MVP, Mr. Josh Allen. Josh Allen is the second best quarterback in the National Football League, and here's why. Folks for years thought I was a Josh Allen critic, or I didn't believe in Josh Allen. I said, no, I actually am being harder on him because I do believe in him. We see the upside. We see the fact that last year he had another 40 total touchdown season. My biggest knock on Josh is, man, you're never going to cut out all the mistakes. Frankly, I want you to be aggressive, and sometimes you will make mistakes. That's called being a great quarterback. You got to take risks. But cut out there's no chance that this play works. Why are you even attempting this throw? Cut those plays out, and guess what? He did. He did cut those plays out. He only had 6 picks last year. He cut out the bad plays last season. Got Buffalo to the AFC title game. Could have easily won against Kansas City. Again, back-to-back years, he had the ball down 3, chance to go tie or win the game against the Chiefs, came up short both times. He's got to find a way to get past Mahomes, who he's 0-4 against. But Josh Allen is one of the transformative talents at the quarterback position we've seen. Arm talent, mobility. He came in the league, one of the most inaccurate passers. Now he's one of the most accurate passers. Like, he is just one of the elite offensive weapons in professional football. Josh Allen is at number 2. And obviously the best quarterback in football is, of course, Patrick Mahomes. And anyone who tells you differently is lost their mind. Patrick Mahomes, best quarterback in the National Football League. Here's why. I don't know. Last 3 years, he's gone to the last 3 Super Bowls, won 2 Super Bowl MVPs, won a league MVP. He's beaten every single player that he has played on this list in the playoffs. Now, again, that's, by the way, the best. The 4 best quarterbacks after Mahomes, in my opinion, he's beaten every single one of them in the postseason the last 3 years. Allen, he's beaten twice. Lamar, he's beaten once. Burrow, he's beaten once. Jalen Hurts, he's beaten once, although he has lost to Jalen, obviously, most recently. I saw a stat today by Warren Sharp, which is remarkable. Warren Sharp is a great analytics guy on social media. Patrick Mahomes, in the last 5 seasons, this is insanity. He is 14-7 in games that he trails. For context, second place is Lamar Jackson. Second place is Lamar Jackson in this discussion, who's 7-10, which is second best. Mahomes is 14-7 when trailing. So everybody trying like right off the Chiefs. He's never not gone to the AFC title game. He's outplayed basically every single guy in this list, all of the elite quarterbacks in the postseason. He's 4-0 against Allen. He's beaten Burrow. He's beaten Lamar. He's beaten Jalen. Again, if you want to knock him for the blowout loss to the Super Bowl, feel free. He did not play well in that game, but there's no question. That's the best quarterback in football without a shadow of a doubt. Patrick Mahomes, the best quarterback in the National Football League. We can go and put up the graphic, and then we'll get to, I see I got a bunch of comments, so I definitely want to get to those, but there's the whole list. So from 10-1, Justin Herbert, Baker Mayfield, Dak Prescott, Matthew Stafford, Jaden Daniels, Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, and Patrick Mahomes. Thanks so much for watching the show on YouTube, and be sure to go click that big red subscribe button and check out the other clips and full shows from Carving It Up Live, as well as our other incredible content creators here on the Grid Network.